Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video News Now. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this video that came out a couple, or like last year, out of Mexico, different UFOs. This is a Jaime Maussan video. Also have this video here. This was came out like 9 months ago. This is a pretty clear shot of a UFO, one of these cigar-shaped or cylindrical-shaped UFOs that was seen in Spain and in England, very similar ones. And then this one is a weird video here that shows what looks like, this entity in the water. And I think there's another one, which I think might have been one that I've shown before. But anyways, we'll check this out. Also got this video here of more UFOs out of Mexico. And then let's see here. Here's a video of a UFO that was seen around this volcano, Colima in Mexico. And there's a bunch of videos of these crafts going, or flying around, or some of them go into the volcano and then later on they'll come out. And then this is a video of this one of these water spouts that, I think it's very strange because it doesn't move. It's one of these water spouts that just basically stays in the same position. And, I think if it's a meteorological event that it would be moving. But yeah, I don't think this is a meteorological event. Let's see. And then I found this article here about some wooden structures that were built 500,000 years ago. So this idea that I think we've been conditioned to believe, or the current, model of how humans developed and how civilizations developed, it's just completely wrong. If you really think about it, the people that came up, with this concept of like, the first or the oldest known civilizations in Sumeria, and what are those? The people that were in the Americas first, they said they came over the Bering Strait. Yeah, all that stuff is wrong, all completely wrong. It was all just surmised by people who were using what little information that they had. And what surprises me is, over the last 50 years, with so much better technology, science, has been able to dispute dispute, a lot of the beliefs. But again, what I find surprising is that there's so many people in academia and in the scientific field who refuse to accept, the new information. They would rather hang on to, whatever their professor who they, admired, taught them, or, maybe they wrote a book. So if they accept this new evidence, then that would discredit their books and discredit their favorite professor. So a lot of these people just are too stubborn. They don't want to let go. But anyways, rant over. I found this other article here too, from this Medium, and I actually had to sign up. This is like a you have to sign up, and I think since I just signed up, they let me read this, members, because this is generally a members only story. But anyways, it's about these scientists who are admitting, right, that there are some type of humanoid creatures under the water, right? And I have spoken about that before. So yeah, I went ahead and found the articles, or the article that was submitted by someone who claims to have worked at NOAA and, claimed that they did encounter these large aquatic humanoids. But I found this one, and yeah, these are archived from Reddit. And then this one here about some type of gigantic, highly intelligent cephalopod here, giant cephalopods. It resembles an extremely intelligent class of giant cephalopods. But, I'm going to do a separate video just on these two, because I'm going to end up just reading. Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to read this whole thing for this video, but I will make a separate video dealing with just these two things here. But anyways, if you appreciate the time and effort I put into bringing this information to you, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. Anyways, let's get to this video here. This is UFOs in Mexico City. I think this is after an
Declarada la
earthquake.
existencia de naves extraterrestres y restos no humanos resguardados por la Fuerza Aérea de Estados Unidos, decenas de aficionados y ufólogos revivieron teorías sobre los seres de otro planeta. El último avistamiento de objetos no identificados que se ha vuelto viral refiere a esta serie de fotografías.
There's serious photographs that have gone viral. Refers to the unusual nature of the images that generated a debate between internet users who believed and those who are skeptical about this issue. Oh, that was it. Yeah, that was real quick. Anyways, that's that. And then, let's see, let's go to this one here. Oh, yeah, no, clear video footage of a UFO. Now, initially, you know, it's going to be very shaky, but the guy eventually, like, is able to focus in on this thing. Yeah, no, obviously, you know, they've slowed down the footage. So, you know, I'm sure this guy's probably shooting this, trying to shoot it handheld on his cell phone, which is, you know, again, cell phones are not made to capture objects that are, you know, very, very far away, right? Our cell phones are designed to take selfies or, you know, something that's right in front of you. The lenses are basically, you know, set for that, right? Close-ups, not things that are far away. You know, even if you had a professional level camera, you know, it would be best if it were on a tripod. Yeah, because even if you were doing a handheld camera, like on your shoulder or something, you know what I mean? Like a broadcast quality camera on your shoulder, it would still be hard to stop it from shaking. But anyways, let's check this one out. This is two humanoid entities in the swampy area of this national park.
Oh my gosh.
Now, here, I just realized something. You see how nonchalant she's like, oh my gosh, right? I'm pretty sure if some female, right, saw something like that probably wouldn't be the reaction I would
Cet enregistrement inhabituel
think they
a
would be a
été
little more
rapporté
emotional.
sur les réseaux
Even if it was a
sociaux
dude.
le dimanche 4 février 2024. Dans lequel on peut observer la présence d'une mystérieuse créature qui, après avoir échangé des regards,
after exchanging glances with the witnesses, submerged and gets lost under a bridge. Although the evidence has not been verified, it is said that this encounter could have taken place in the south of the state of Florida, in the Everglades National Park, a point recognized to be an area of swamps after it was exposed. Opinions on the internet have been varied, and many claim that this could be a joke. However, in a detailed analysis, we found evidence that suggests the possibility this could be real. No, again, you know, I'm gonna go with hoax, but you know, of course, I could be wrong. Just based on that, her nonchalant reaction to this thing. Right. And again, I would imagine that if somebody, a guy or a girl, right, you see something like that in the water, you're not sticking around to try and film it. You're out of there. Anyways, let me just jump ahead and you check out this other thing. This is something, I think this was maybe in Brazil. Evidence of mysterious entities moving under bodies of water. However, they are not frequent. The Maria being reminded of the case that occurred on the night of June 20th, 2023, where a group of friends on board a boat offshore from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Yeah, remember that UFO that was seen in Aguadilla? They clearly observed how a humanoid figure walked on the surface of a strange blue object that positioned itself under their boat. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like something walking in the water. Look, there's something there. Look at something there. Let me. Yeah, again, you know, that could easily just be somebody underwater, but that light is just way too bright.
Nous continuerons à enquêter davantage sur cette vidéo mystérieuse. Si elle est confirmée comme une blague, nous vous le ferons.
Yeah, if it is confirmed. Anyways, that, you know, the rest of it is them just, you know, giving a brief analysis. But I don't think they can really come to, they don't really come to any definitive conclusions. But anyways, let's go to this one here. This is more UFOs seen in Mexico.
La gente ya lo está esperando. No hay una explicación. No son drones, no son bengalas. No es nada conocido. Y normalmente, después de que concluyan esta presencia.
Normally, after this presence is concluded, security planes arrive from the United States to go around here. We have an object taken with a telescope where you can see its core and the energy it produces around it. The service is transcendental to recognize these phenomena in Mexico, convert to our country. Right now, this is, I think this is the Tic Tac or the Go Fast, or maybe it's the gimbal. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Now, this footage here, this is from the Mexican Air Force that was surrounded by these craft that could not be seen with the naked eye. These guys were seeing these things on their FLIR radar, but they could not see them with the naked eye. So let me look for it. Let's see, Commander, what is that? How far away did you have it? Hey, that's how they go more. They continued further back. There are 10, 11 objects down or up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, gee, there are not 8. Actually, there are going to look good, and they go at a speed. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the screen. You do not close at the same height. Affirmative. No, 8, 9, 10, 11, counting the entire queue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We do not know. We are seeing there are some non-luminous objects that come at the same height as us. Knowing how far away we are alone, we are not alone. Yeah, this is where, you know, again, some of the debunkers tried to say that these were like flares from oil rigs or some nonsense like that. Anyways, let's check this one out here. This is this craft seen around the Colima volcano in Mexico. Oh, let me turn that music down. Oh, look at that. It just, you see that thing just, this light just sat there for a few. Yeah, I wonder if that, you know, let me play that again. Look at it, comes in and then it just sits there. And, you know, I wish I could see a timestamp. Yeah, look at that light just sits there. And then it takes off. Yeah, look at that instantaneous movement. Amazing. Okay, let's check out this one here. Yeah, now this is one of these water spouts that, again, I don't think is a natural phenomenon. I actually think this could possibly be like a craft. Yeah, craft in the clouds.
В воде просто трындец. Туда вот это заехать. Твою мать, что за наклон? Не знаю, видно нет, эта фигня крутится. А ты вот это не снимаешь, как смерч сраный, господи. Сейчас нас погибать.
Right, is it possible that, you know, some UFO, some gigantic UFO is up there sucking this water up, either for fuel or a cooling system? Who knows? Anyways, that's that. It did look like it was moving a little, but I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so now this is an article about these wooden structures that they say are 500,000 years old. 500,000 years ago, much earlier than it was previously believed possible, a human species was using wood to build structures, according to a new study. The research reports on the dig of well-preserved wood at the archaeological site of Colima Falls in Zambia, dating back at least 476,000 years and predating the evolution of Homo sapiens. Yeah, again, I don't understand why it would be such a stretch to believe that, some type of advanced sentient life form could have developed on other planets, way before, again, Homo sapiens ever existed, right? And if they were these other life forms that developed on other planets, again, why would it be a stretch to believe that they could have developed, the technology that allowed them to travel the stars, right? And, sometime in Earth's ancient past, why would it have been impossible for another humanoid species to have landed here and settled? Again, way before we have, and then because of some a cataclysmic event, most of the traces of them disappeared. Because if they too lived along, coastal regions like we do, and the sea levels rose, right? Any evidence of them would be currently underwater. See, it is the researchers said that stone tool marks on the wood show that early humans shaped and joined two logs to make a structure, likely the foundation of a platform. This is the earliest evidence of the deliberate crafting of logs to fit together, as evidence for the human use of wood had been limited to its use for making fire sticks and spears. Wood is rarely found in ancient sites, as it usually rots and disappears. However, the permanently high water level at Colima Falls preserved this precious specimen. The findings also challenge the view that Stone Age humans were nomadic. Again, I don't believe that in the ancient past they were only Stone Age humans. I believe that there were Stone Age humans living alongside very advanced humans, just like presently, right? I think, if you were to contrast, say, the city of Dubai or Tokyo or Hong Kong, China, to some of these primitive cultures, right, in the middle of the Brazilian rainforest, right? Think of that dichotomy, right? Those two separate worlds, but it exists right now on our planet. We have people who are essentially still living, right, in the Stone Age, while we have other people on this planet. I mean, us, right, who are, we're traveling to the stars, right? We're sending probes out to Mars. We have probes out, way past the heliosphere, right? And then, now we're also finding out that there are these other beings that live in our oceans, So anyways, let's get to that. So I found this article here on Medium. It says, I work at NOAA. Extraterrestrials are under the oceans. Most world governments with functioning navies and competent ocean studies know this presence well, at least for decades. Whenever insiders discover something that doesn't fit with the status quo, they file it away without further investigation. We've seen and recorded some pretty weird stuff with various ocean equipment. Believe it or not, we still use the multi-beam sonar method developed in the late 1970s. Combined with more advanced side-scan sonar for the most extreme depths, we have an unmistakable picture of what lies below, despite the narration provided to the audience. Multi-beam sonar. As we have observed them, their means appear to be at least partially organic. They can survive outside their ships without any apparent apparatus. Their vessels can enter and exit any substantial body of water without disturbing the surface or displacing water. They are humanoids. their ships travel through the water as fast as they travel through the atmosphere. Yeah, here's one thing to, take into consideration. There are some videos out there of UFOs diving into the ocean or popping out of the oceans, right? I believe the ones that show water splashing are phony, right? Like this guy says here, their vessels can enter and exit any substantial body of water without disturbing the surface or displacing water. Yeah, other people have described seeing these craft enter the water, and they said they just slip through. No splash, most likely because, they have some type of gravity or electromagnetic field around them. So yeah, so they don't impact or affect the surface of the water. But anyways, let's see. Speeds of 200 knots have been recorded underwater. Let this be digested. The sea's fastest known creature is the sailfish, which can travel at around 60 knots. The sounds emitted by these beings resemble the typical dolphin whistle clicks and what we call burst impulses, but with a much higher frequency. This oddity has led to hypothesis that these beings may have originated here and have lived in the oceans all this time. Perhaps they were brought here by another planet with oceans. No, I think they've always been in the oceans. And again, because, we are just now really beginning to explore more of the oceans because we have the equipment that allows us to do that. We're now finding out that, that there is life everywhere, right? I think I had mentioned in my other video that scientists finally admitted that there are, these plasma beings or these plasma creatures in the thermosphere, right? Which is 200 miles up, right? And, that goes back to the STS-75 space shuttle video where you see, those, some type of entity or a plasma, these light entities that, according to some other videos, are anywhere from 2.5 to 5 miles wide. And they can only be seen in the ultraviolet light, as opposed to some of these other ones which can only be seen in the infrared light. But anyways, this is the limit of my knowledge and what I like publishing. Ironically, this information is only a tiny fraction of what we've gathered over the years as lab coats. We don't know why they're here, what they want or don't want, nor do we understand how they reverse the effects of ocean pressure. By the way, whenever there's a hurricane or tsunami, it gets very active over there. Please look into this further if you haven't, as a plethora of evidence is readily available to support my claims. Some recent discoveries that have been communicated to the public include the case of the mysterious hole on the sea floor. If, I don't know, I think I've talked about those brine lakes. The case, oh yeah, this is those little tiny, oh yeah, look at this. Look at these holes that are, perfectly aligned. A close look at the sublinear set of holes in the sediment observed during Dive 04 of the second voyage to the Ridge 2020 expedition. These holes have been previously reported from the region, but their origin remains a mystery. Image courtesy of NOAA Ocean Explorer, Voyage to the Ridge 2022. Yeah, look at those holes. Exactly in a straight line, as if there's something under there creating it. Look at that. Yeah, and I hardly doubt that, there was some type of sea creature that would create these holes in a perfectly straight line. Anyways, that's that. So, yeah, like I said, now, I believe that, this article here, is somehow related to these articles here that came out. Again, this one came out 4 years ago, and then this one came out a year ago. But this one here, it talks about how, this guy knew someone that worked at NOAA and how, they said there was a cover story that Putin came up with before it really happened. The sub was apparently investigating an underwater base that is controlled by non-human entities. They got too close and the sub was destroyed by these beings. My friend went on to detail how most world governments are aware of their presence, yet keep it undisclosed because of the ramifications to society it may have. Also because we can't do anything to stop or forcibly reveal them. It says they also said these beings actively keep us out of certain parts of the ocean. Apparently, their technology is advanced beyond anything we could come up with no withstand, negate the insurmountable pressure at extreme distance. But anyway, so that's that one. And then we got this one here. Yeah, that talks about, let's see. Here, these cephalopods worked in unison with an extreme understanding of human equipment. One cephalopod removed a diver's air tank from his back, while another removed his fins. Their tentacles have extreme suction and can attach to any object. Dive knives did not appear to damage their bodies. Where in the past divers had been able to fight off Humboldt squids or other cephalopods with them. A second diver was choked by a cephalopod from behind as another created a distracting light display with its body, showing that they had an understanding of how humans breathe. Note, they can flash and take on any color as it suits them, unlike other squids, but normally they resemble a black and blue color, which is almost imperceptible at the deep depths that they live, and explains in part how they are able to avoid discovery. Yeah, remember there's that story, right, of the Russians who encountered these underwater humans in Lake Baikal, and how, they claimed that they tried to capture them. Now, again, the reason why I know that story, or I believe that story is complete nonsense, is, right, there are these scientists out in Lake Baikal, most likely doing experiment on something other than trying to catch, giant aquatic creatures, right? So they're down there doing, God knows what they're doing, right? They're doing some type of experiment. Then they claimed that they saw a couple giant aquatic humanoids underwater, and their first thought is, let's go catch it. Even though we didn't bring the right equipment, even though we don't have, the necessary nets or whatever to catch these gigantic humanoids. Again, do you honestly believe that that's going to be the first thought of scientists working deep underwater in a dark lake? No. I know for me, if I'm underwater and I spot some kind of giant aquatic humanoid, right, or something that looks like an octopus with tentacles, I'm going to try to get to the surface as quick as I can, right? This idea that, oh yeah, let's try and then, right, you're going to, right, use hand signals while you're underwater and devise a plan, right, with your other scientist divers, right? Man, yeah, it's not like a SEAL Team 6 is down there. They're scientists, and I'm supposed to believe that they just whip up a plan, on the fly to catch these giant aquatic humanoids. It's nonsense. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to make a separate video on these two, and I'm just going to read the whole thing. So, yeah, look out for that video. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. If you like this stuff, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And more importantly, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this for you. Till next time.